Hello, so my name is Anthony Fortuna. I'm a part of the peer counseling, peer counselor, part of the counseling department. I'm under faculty supervision under Dr. Sanchez, so I want to let you know that we can meet once a week for 30 minutes. You can refuse services at any time. And I also wanted to say that anything you say within the session is confidential, meaning that I won't say anything about your situation outside of the confines of this office, unless of the situation that you present harm to yourself, others, or you seem like you can't take care of yourself. With all that being said, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so.
Hi, my name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Nice to meet you too. I'm currently under a lot of stress. I have a lot going on in my life. I'm currently taking 6 classes, and I wanted to add on a 7, and I'm working, but I don't know if I can add on that 7th class because I recently found out that I was pregnant, and I don't know if I would be able to handle all the stress because I'm currently have a full schedule, that I'm working all day on weekends, and I'm just really stressed out.
Okay, so just a lot of information on that, so I just want to summarize it just to get clear understanding, if I understand it. So you said you're taking 6 classes, you want to take a 7th one. You're currently pregnant and you're working a full-time job, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I can see why you're really frustrated and stressed out with all this. So if you don't mind me asking, why do you need to take the 7th class?
I just want to graduate as soon as possible so I wouldn't have to worry about the money issues that come along with school, and I feel like having to pay for school another semester while I am pregnant would be an added expense, and that's my last class I need to take, and if I take it this semester I wouldn't have to pay for that 1 class by itself.
Okay, and do you mind me asking, are you a senior?
I'm a senior, this is my last semester.
So you're going to be graduating this semester?
Yes.
Okay, and I can
Hopefully.
Okay. I can see why this is incredibly important to you, and I want to encourage you for coming here and having the confidence in me to unload all the stress out. So, have you figured out why you can't take that 7th class? Like, what have you done to,
It's more like academic advisements telling me, no, this is you shouldn't be doing this. You have a lot going on in your life. Why would you want to add another class in? But I don't think they understand that if I get it done now, I won't have this added stress when I eventually have a child. I won't have that financial burden. I wouldn't have to worry about, yes, I would have to worry about getting my master's, but I would be able to take it slow with my master's instead of having to come to school just for 1 class next semester.
Okay. What job are you working at? What's your?
I'm a waitress right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you explored any other alternatives for that 7th class, or are they just saying no?
They're just saying no. I'm thinking about maybe if I can get in an independent study, that maybe they'll be more lenient about it, but it's just been a constant, no, you can't do this, it's ridiculous, why would you do this to yourself, your GPA is fine now, why won't you just wait another semester? But they don't understand that I pay for all my classes myself, and I don't get any financial aid, and taking out another loan would just be stupid for me.
Okay. And I can certainly understand, from my understanding is you don't want to leave that 1 class the next semester because, as you said, you're going to be pregnant, and then, as what I can imagine, have the baby delivered and have all that other stress, and you want to take that time for yourself, to work and support your child. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, so you said, you're trying to work out with the 7th class.
I mean, even if I don't take if I take my 7th class now, and I can study next semester for my GREs, instead of studying for my GREs now, and then having to wait a whole nother year to get in. So, for me, it just makes sense. And having a kid's really stressful, and maybe I could take next semester off to just study for my GREs, instead of having to worry about school and my GREs.
Okay. And it sounds like to me you think you're up to the challenge and everything like that. Do you think think what the counselor is saying might be beneficial to you? Because it does sound like, you know, you're undertaking work, you have all the stress with the child. What do you think on that?
I think it might be beneficial, but the thing is I can't financially afford that.
Right.
And the GRE is very expensive to take, and I would rather put my money towards that than put my money towards an extra semester. And another thing is that, like, why would I want to graduate a semester later and have that on my transcript when it's really only just one class I need to take?
Right. So have you considered maybe the worst case scenario, say you can't, would you be willing to take that one class? I know it sucks.
Yeah, I'd be willing to take it. I probably would take it over the winter though, and just have it as an online class, but that would be like the worst case scenario.
Okay, so it seems to me that worst case, you can take it in the winter, and that sounds really good because you take it in the winter and then you would have still that break you want in the spring. You just would have to come in for your diploma. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's really good that, you know, worst case, there is a foreseeable situation that can both accommodate you and your child. So I'm really happy to hear that. So is there anything else? Is that just that situation?
Yeah, I'm having a lot of stress with my boyfriend. Like, he's not currently in my life, and like, how would I be able to handle having a kid without having my boyfriend by my side? And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like fully handle the stress of this semester, knowing that he might not be there next semester to see the kid.
Okay, can you expand on that situation with your boyfriend?
Yeah, we're currently, we broke up, and we broke up because he was cheating on me, and I just don't, at one point I was like, oh, I don't want him in the baby's life, but now I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it would be best for my future baby for him to be in life.
Okay, and have you considered any option with him supporting the baby at all, or have you talked about this?
I've tried, but he's very stubborn, so it's very difficult for me to bring it up.
Okay, can you expand on that stubborn part? Like, what is hard to bring up with him?
Once I mentioned the word baby, he's like, well, why do I have to take care of it? I'm the dad, not the mom. It's not my responsibility.
Okay, and what is his situation like? Is he a student at John Jay, or?
Yeah, he's a student at John Jay. He is studying criminal justice. He wants to be a cop. I guess he has a lot of stress on his shoulders right now, which I understand, but this is his responsibility just as much as it's mine.
Right, and that does seem reasonable, like, you know, you two are in this together, you're the parents of this supposed child, and I just want to encourage you for taking that step and trying to make him involved in his life, even though, you know, it might sound, it is, what I'm understanding is frustrating for you to involve him in the situation. So, worst case scenario, you take it in the winter. Is there a way that you can take care of the baby, or is there any arrangements there?
Well, I won't be having a kid until probably May, so it's fine. Until like the springtime, so it should be fine. But it's just like planning ahead and thinking about all this stuff.
Okay, so the springtime sounds like May.
Maybe like April.
Okay, me just foreseeing the future, that's like right around finals week, and immediately thinking of that, I can understand, like, wow, you don't want to have a semester with that, with the baby.
Yeah.
With that being said, how do you feel now? Is the pregnancy manageable, or?
Yeah, right now, it's manageable. It's just stressful to think about the future and, like, what I have to do in the future, and I know this is my responsibility, and, like, that's fine, but I just don't know how I'm gonna deal next year with my master's, and if he's not involved, like, how will I manage everything?
Okay, speaking about that, just to go back to the topic, you mentioned you want to study for the GREs, you want to go for a master's program, so in your head, how are you scheduling this thing? You start studying for GRE and applying for the master's program?
Right now, I'm scheduled to take 2 GRE tests. I know the max you can take is 5, so I'm a little stressed out about that because I'm not that great of a test taker. So I've just been doing a bunch of math problems and working on my weak spots instead of like working on the whole test, because I feel like that would be the most beneficial thing I can do for myself. But it's hard for me to schedule in time when right now I'm taking 6 classes, trying to add on a 7th class, and I work the whole weekend, and I work from like 10 in the morning to 2 at night, which isn't so healthy, but it's what I have to do, and like I barely have any time to see my family, so it's just really stressful.
Okay, and I completely missed, sorry, I want to bring it up again. How are you dealing with just taking 6 classes alone? How are you managing your time? Like, is that manageable for you? Like, how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty manageable. One of my classes is online,
Okay.
so yeah, it's a bit more work, but I don't have to go to class that day. And the rest of my classes are pretty easy. The teachers are really understanding, and since I am a psych major, most of the professors are very understanding with certain situations, so it's like they know life happens, and it's not
Okay.
the end of the world.
And I certainly want to commend you for that, taking 6 classes, being pregnant. Like, I can tell your baby's going to be very smart. I really want to commend you on your hard work and your dedication to this. You mentioned online classes. Is there a way you can possibly just negotiate with the academic advisement, maybe take an online class or something like that?
I've been trying, but they're very strict on their policies. They very rarely allow students to take 7 classes unless it's independent study that's added on, so it's tough to negotiate with them.
Just to go back, so you went to academic advisement and they said no, there's no other channels that you can explore for that, or?
Yeah, but I feel like if you talk to different people within academic advisement, they say other things, so I'm gonna keep going back and pressing.
So it's a touch and down situation.
Yeah.
And like we went over before, worst case, winter class, you take winter class.
Yeah.
Have you seen if the class you need to take to graduate is offered in the winter?
No, I need to look into that more, but if it's not, it's gonna stop taking in the spring.
Okay, so definitely just to pause right here, a goal that we are talking about is looking towards seeing if that class is available in the winter.
Yes.
Right.